welcome to episode 39 of Into the Podcast. I am your host, Sam, and I am joined by a very energetic Ryan Chittenden. How you doing, mate?
I'm great. Thanks.
Great? Energetic?
Yep.
Excited?
Yep.
Had that dubby?
Yep.
No, say no, because you sound tired.
Oh, no, not yet. I'm lacking dubby.
You need a dubby.
I need a dubby. What is dubby again, Sam?
Dubby.gg, the website where if you put into the pod, into the promo code, you get 10% off your favourite energy drink. That does not taste like that shit Coke from last week.
Wow.
2 weeks ago.
Wow. Sign me up.
Sign me up. 10% off.
10% off.
Oh, we get 20% off because we're part of it.
Oh, even better.
Oh, no, 30. We get 30% off, sorry. Shh. But customers, they get 10.
Great. Dubby energy.
It's been a while, mate.
It has. It's been a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, we didn't do one last week, so I can only apologise for that to everyone, but I was feeling a little bit poorly, a little bit shitty last week, and if I'm honest, I couldn't be arsed. I'm not going to lie, I was not feeling in the best of spirits to chat shit.
Yeah.
So we decided to have a week away and just...
Yeah, we're just super busy as well, so we literally couldn't get it in any other night anyway, even if we tried.
No, there was one day, and on that day I was feeling really ill, really shit. Work's been awful, and I was just like, let's just leave it.
Yeah.
And the best thing is the fans have been crying out for more.
Oh, that's it. We're just teasing.
That's it. They're like, oh, we need more.
Yeah, feed us more.
3 people said, where's the episode this week?
Yeah. Wow, 3. That's
But 3 people messaged me saying, Sam, you forgot to upload the podcast. And I was like, no, I didn't. I know that's something I'd normally do, but not this week.
I just forgot to tell you.
Yeah, that's what I meant to do. I left that till Tuesday night to really fucking mess with people's heads.
Fuck people up.
So what have you been up to, little Ryan?
Well, oh God, when was the last time we met?
It was
2 weeks ago.
Max
2 weeks ago. I've been kayaking.
That was on my list. Kayaking was on my list of things to talk about.
Yeah. So obviously, I think last time we spoke, I'd just bought the kayak.
And Max was taking the piss, saying how you waste your money.
Yes. Yeah, classic Max.
Who did you go kayaking with?
Well, first time I went with Kyle, I've been twice.
Twice?
2 weekends in a row. So I went with Kyle to test it out, see what it's like. And it was great. It was great. It was everything that I wanted from an £80 kayak.
Amazing.
It inflates perfectly. It takes like 2 minutes to inflate.
Comfortable?
Very comfortable. Quite sturdy. Good, like, thick, I don't know, rubber, is it? Probably rubber. Plastic?
Sure,
I don't know. Some sort of material. Feels pretty good. The oar just clicks into place. And
didn't feel cheap then?
No, actually genuinely didn't. It was really good. So yeah, met up with Kyle down, I don't know, Normanton way, River Soar. It was we had a lovely little 2-mile trip up the river and then came back on a Saturday morning. What more could you want? The sun was shining. The rain came out towards the end. Okay, we got a little bit wet, but didn't dampen our spirits.
No. Fall in?
No, not on that occasion.
Okay, tell us more.
So then we went again this week.
Yeah.
The weekend just gone. This time Max joined us.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah,
did he waste his bloody money, that Max?
Yeah, he cut a little bit of FOMO. But I picked the river this time. So I picked the River Derwent, which is just in Derbyshire, so not far from me. And I was like, I found a I don't know, a spot just up from Matlock. It's like, we'll go on here and we'll do the same thing. We'll go up the river like a couple of miles and then just come back, And it was Sunday night, so I thought, great. So we all met in the car park, got to the river. It was fast flowing.
Was it?
I looked at the river. I was like, fuck, that's going to be hard work to get up there. Anyway, we all met up, got in the river. Fuck me, were we paddling and getting nowhere?
Really?
And it was like, shit, we're not going to be able to do this because we're not getting anywhere. We're literally not getting anywhere. Well, Kyle and I were getting somewhere a little bit. Max was losing ground. He was going further down the river. Turns out he'd not clicked his fin in at the bottom of the kayak, so you can direct yourself.
Yeah.
He didn't put that in properly, so he lost that instantly. So that was good. So then what we had to do is take 2 cars. So me and Max had to drive further down the river to a spot 20 minutes away and then drove back. So then we went down the river, got in my car and then drove back.
That makes sense.
Which was great. We thought, I know that area fairly well. So picked a spot, 20-minute drive away. Thinking, yeah, this would be good. This would be good. Like, hour and a half on the river. It was really far. Bear in mind, I'm not an experienced kayaker. You know, I've been once. I mean, I probably did it when I was a kid at like school and stuff. So this was a little bit, you know, it was quite fast flowing, few little rapids, nothing crazy. Don't get me wrong. It was pretty safe, but yeah, I fell out that time, and I'm glad I'm saying this to all the millions of fans before Max get the word out. 100% Max's fault.
Really?
Yeah. So Kyle and I were just sort of paddling down, and Max was in front of us. But like I said, he'd lost his fin, so he just spun and then blocked Kyle and like mine and Kyle's path. So I had to quickly try and steer, like, I don't know if steer is the right word, but in a boat, in a kayak.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had to turn to avoid him. But there's a fucking massive tree, huge tree branch across the river. So I smashed into that, which just flipped me. I fell in the water. That was literally 2 minutes. We've been in the water 2 minutes.
He's a bastard.
He is a bastard, yeah. Luckily, though, I was able to like right the kayak myself and pull myself in.
Legend.
Which was quite handy because obviously I was going down river. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, we're not sensible. We haven't got life jackets or helmets or anything like that.
Why would you?
Because we're hard. That's what
the kids say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hard as a coffin nail, mate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely going to buy a life jacket and a helmet. But yeah, it was amazing going through like incredible countryside and stuff. Picturesque. We were going for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting dark.
Oh no!
And we're thinking, what do we do if it gets pitch black and we're in the middle of nowhere, and we're like miles from either car, and this was Sunday night as well.
For fuck's sake.
At one point there was a massive like weir, so it's like a drop, like a waterfall. So we had to get out the river and then start walking down river to get in further down.
Why didn't you just go down the waterfall? I thought it was hard. I bet Max didn't want to do it.
I'm hard, but I didn't think my inflatable kayak would be.
Right, and Max pussied out.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But then it was just getting night. You know when you're just on like these weird adventures and stuff just starts happening then. So we got out the river, started walking down. We're in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the countryside. And then this big black dog, it was getting like dusk. This big fuck off black dog comes around the corner just barking at us. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Then the owner starts shouting at it, comes around the corner. This guy walks around the corner with a rifle in his hand.
Fuck's
sake. And we're like,
sake.
oh God, like, he's going to shoot my kayak when I'm in the water. And just watch me sink. But he was all right. He was okay. It's like you know when you're like, I don't know, something like Far Cry or Skyrim, and you just meet a random NPC in the world, and he's just like, a random hunter has appeared. It was literally like that. But yeah, no, it was quality. It was a great day out. But evening. It was pretty dark by the time we got to the car, and it was pissing it down, so we were soaked.
And you'd already fallen in, so it didn't matter to you.
To be fair, I'd fallen in that early on that I was dry by this point.
Really?
Because we were on the river for 3 hours.
God.
Yeah. So
now
it was a long old evening.
So did you just see the car, or was there any point where he was like, have we gone past it? Or
no, because luckily where it parked was near like a big stone bridge, and there was like a pub on the corner, so I knew exactly where it was. So we had like definitive landmarks.
Yeah.
Like the place where we got in the river was literally just like a little couple of steps down the bank. So that would have been very hard to spot. But no, it was good fun. So there you go. I'm a kayaker now. I bought my kayak. I've used it twice, which might not ever have happened. Do you know what I mean? I could have bought it and never used it.
Yeah, so after that, I was like, I'm going to have to buy one. I'm going to have to buy the bullet. And then I think Kyle put some pictures up of you lot all having the best time singing, holding each other's dicks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then Jack Magic was like, oh, yeah, me and Sam are going to get one.
Jack was well up for it.
Yeah, but then Jack saw the weight limit, which you lot didn't tell me about.
I didn't know there was.
2 weeks ago, when I was like, I might be a bit too fat, and you two was like, you'll be all right. These things have a weight limit, which is a lot less than me.
Oh, is it?
And I'm not buying a real kayak, so I'll come and watch.
Oh.
I'll be the random NPC with a rifle that shoots you down.
Yeah. Worst game ever for us.
So that's good then. So that's a new hobby.
A new hobby, yeah.
Is this going to be a new obsession? Because I know you get obsessed with things.
I do get obsessed with stuff, but I don't think it's going to be an obsession.
No.
Because it's not something I can do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, And I think it's probably limited to like, is it like going to be like a summer activity?
I think it's going to be a summer activity.
But
You're going to have to get a lot in now because it's going to start getting shit soon.
Yeah, but it's quite nice for me because I was saying this when on the Sunday when I was doing it. Like I used to do like team sports and have hobbies and stuff like that. And you know, I like doing like exercise and I like going on like adventures and stuff. So it's a nice way to combine the two, especially now that I don't do any team sports or anything. Like I do exercise, but going to the gym or going for a run, it's not
it's
that
not the same,
fun. It's whereas this is just something fun and a new hobby that I can do, especially if a few of us get in, like, or if you do choose to get one and stuff. Like it is nice when a group of people can do it.
Yeah. It's not something I'd fancy doing on my own.
No, that's it. I wouldn't do it on my own, and then I probably would be. Like I wasn't scared, like genuinely thinking like, oh, if I fall in or anything like that, I don't. Especially on a river like that, you're thinking I will be fine. But even on a river like that, if I was on my own, I would be wary, thinking, yeah, shit, if I fall in and like crack my head or something, or if I get trapped on something, no one else is there. Suddenly it becomes what's a really fun activity could probably turn into quite a scary one if you're on your own. I imagine.
God, absolutely.
Yeah, because like Kyle fell in a well at one point, but like a lot of places, like I think he sort of like fell in backwards because it's like down some rapidy bits, and then was sort of like floundering a little bit to try and right himself, and then realised he could just stand up because the water was like 3 foot high. But then I think that's also the worry is because it is so shallow in a lot of places.
You could easily bang your head.
You easy crack your head when you get it. So whilst we were joking, because we passed a few other kayakers that were.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, like they were like professionally kitted out, high vis, life jackets, like helmets and stuff. And we just like burnt past them, went so much quicker than them. Yeah, although they were in all the gear, they did look like they had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, because
that's it. All the gear, no idea, mate.
But now I am thinking, maybe I should be a little bit sensible and buy some of this stuff. But it's expensive.
It's the next year worry, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Like
you're extending the house.
Yeah, I am extending the house.
You want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger live?
Yeah, he's doing a book signing. Not a book signing, an evening with Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's got a new book coming out.
You've got things to spend money on, mate.
I know. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. There's no way we're going to get tickets for that.
No, I don't want one, but
there's no way they will go instantly.
Oh yeah, but if you've got Kyle on it, he works from home. He's got time.
Yeah, because wasn't he working from home on Call of Duty today?
No, not Kyle. Kyle's working from home, doing a very good job of working from home and doing all the working and not playing on Call of Duty.
Ah, okay, sorry.
Or going out for breakfast with his family. I do love it when I play midday Call of Duty with Kyle, because I'm always like, busy, mate. And he's like, yeah, quite busy today. Yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, I took a phone call once.
Although I did manage to get some gaming in this afternoon, literally like an hour, with Kyle and Drew. And we've decided that obviously Kyle's name is Michael.
Yep.
So Kyle's just silly. So we're going to start calling him Mick. His new nickname's Mick now.
Mick.
Or Mickey.
Mick and Drew.
Yeah, Mick and Drew. Just play some Call of Duty with Mick and Drew.
We had a great time. Yeah.
So I've not done anything as productive as that, if I'm honest with you.
You're not?
No, nothing at all. My life has been a lot of watching things. I went to a tattoo convention.
Nice. How was that?
That was pretty good, to be fair. So I had other plans, but then literally in the 10th hour, very last minute, 2 tickets come available with Jack Magic because his dad was too hungover to go.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, cool, yeah, we'll go. So went up to that. That was really good fun, actually. It was standard small convention. So Chunk, who we've mentioned 1,000 times, him and his team were doing some work there. One of his workers won a prize for the best small colour piece.
That's cool.
But it was really good. They had some half-naked women on the stage doing some burlesque, some tantalising burlesque.
Oh.
And then there was a pain man. So this guy who is like, oh, I can take lots of pain and I'm going to hang myself and put mousetraps on. And he was just kind of a bit annoying, I'll be honest.
Okay.
You know when you're kind of looking forward to something and it's like, oh, I'm put this rope around my neck and pull on it until I tell you to stop. And he's like, ah, and I'm like, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
Just strangle me until I can't breathe anymore, and then I'll tell you to stop. Well, how's that impressive? But yeah, there was lots of other things there. Some pretty cool clothes. There was lots and lots of taxidermy.
Oh, really?
Lots of it. Some like stalls with weird and wonderful shit, like a full piglet in a jar, and like human spines and like the weird and wonderful type. Yeah, like proper weird shit. But it's really interesting to look at stuff like that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Many people were selling like snake skeletons in jars.
It's the sort of thing I'd like to probably see at a convention and be like, that's weird and that's pretty cool. Yeah. No, I don't want to buy one. Thank you very much. Please leave me alone.
£650 for that piglet in a jar. I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm all right because I think it'd just be terrifying as fuck.
Yes, exactly. And I did buy one thing, but I'm going to bring that up later because I want to do it as an into the podcast appreciate. So I'll bring that up in a bit.
Nice.
But other than that, mate, yeah, just lots of watching. So my new obsession is. Now, the worst thing is, I really want to talk about this, but you're the worst person to talk to about this. I watched the 2 seasons of Barbecue Showdown on Netflix in 2 days.
Right.
It's that good, and you're a fucking vegetarian. So I can't sit here and talk to you about how watery my mouth has been.
I mean, I can appreciate it. I mean, meat's great. Meat's delicious.
It is. Now, I am loving, but honestly, Barbecue Showdown, I put it on because I was waiting for tea and I was like, I want to be really hungry when tea is ready. So let's watch Barbecue Showdown because American barbecuers as well, like, you know, they're given 15 hours to make brisket and a barbecue tray, like 15, not like us where we chucked some burgers on a barbecue.
Yeah.
So I watched one episode and that was it. It was fucking game over. And so now my new obsession is finding the closest thing to an American barbecue house, like smokehouse in the UK. There is fuck all, mate.
Really? I thought there were quite a lot.
So there is. So like in Lincoln, we have a place called Huckleberries or something like that, but it's not. They call themselves a smokehouse, but then when you look at the pictures, it's like it's a burger.
Yeah,
it's not what I want. I want an American smokehouse. You want a proper
traditional thing.
So that's my new obsession: is just rewatching Barbecue Showdown, watching all the great because there's some great characters as well. Just rewatching that and searching for the closest thing to a barbecue. So I found one in Edwinstowe.
Okay, that's not too far.
Not too far. There's also one in Retford, but it looks like a takeaway. It's called Smoke and Ice, and they do smokehouse stuff and ice cream and gelato and stuff. It looks phenomenal.
Nice.
It looks amazing. So I'm going to take a trip over there in the next couple of weeks just to try it out. And I think that might be my thing.
Yeah, can see it.
Become a bit of a foodie, but for like real bad shit. But how much butter did you marinate this in for 20 hours before you put it on that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
I know
what
exactly
I want,
what you
not
mean.
just a bit of meat thrown on a fucking...
You want next level, don't you?
Exactly. But other than that, mate, just more telly and lots of chilling and...
Nice.
Just,
what's that on?
So that's on Netflix.
Nice, okay.
So Barbecue Showdown, it's as you would any standard cooking show. They get given tasks and they just make us a barbecue tray at the end. They'll taste it. They'll give them their fucking feedback. Really fascinating, though, as well at the same time because of our culture differences when it comes to barbecuing. Like I said, our barbecuing is not what theirs is.
No, of
so
course
when
not.
you're listening to the science behind it, it's ridiculous of exactly how the temperature's got to be, how they maintain that, the airflow on the fire, and the different types of smoke, the wood that they have to use to get the different type of smoke to make it taste better. Like, genuinely really interesting.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
I watched it to get hungry, and by the end of it, I was learning shit. And that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
It's about learning
things. Shit.
And I learned it, and I forgot it already, so guess what?
You're going to watch it again?
I'm going to watch Barbecue Showdown again.
I feel like that's the sort of show, though, you want to watch whilst you're eating.
Yeah.
Or maybe have something... Like, if you... How long are the episodes?
50-ish minutes, 45
So maybe
minutes.
have, like, stuff it in the oven, put it on, so it gets you hungry.
Well, that's what I did, yeah.
And then...
ready for that. But the problem is, then when you pull your fucking chicken nuggets and chips out the oven...
Yeah, so it's that thing. You want your... epic tea that you've prepared, or a naughty tea. That's just going to be...
It's got to be good, hasn't it?
Got to be good. So it might not... It probably won't be as good, but...
But at least you're hungry for it.
Yeah.
And even if you're disappointed with what you got, you're hungry for it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just trying to think other than that. No, I do want to get this out of the way. I just want to do a big apology to the listeners. Obviously, we missed last week, and also been very laid back with social media and stuff like that. forgetting to do posts. I found some messages on Facebook the other day from people that I've not replied to. And when I looked, I was like, shit, I've not replied to the last 3 messages. So big apology. I will get better at it. The last few weeks have been pretty fucking hard, if I'm honest. It's been a bit rough. I've been suffering a bit with anxiety and just bits and bobs and shit. And so yeah, just sorry. And we're going to get back on it, and we're going to give you the best fucking Into the Podcast you've ever had.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting to that year mark.
We are
getting there. It's only like 13 episodes.
I know.
So we've got to start getting some big stuff out, start pulling our fingers out.
Yeah, exactly. It's just been crazy busy, hasn't it? It's like you know, work's been crazy for both of us, and now it's coming to like the summer holidays. So like we do a lot anyway, so we're always busy. But now we've got like leave and stuff coming up, so it's been a lot to juggle recently, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And struggling like you said, you've been struggling and stuff as well. So
yeah, and we have said we're going to try and shorten the episodes for a little bit as well, just to keep the episodes nice, sweet, get out what you want to hear, but at the same time not compromise on anything else, because we've got a bit of holiday coming up where we're not going to be able to record. It's a bit harder for us, you having to travel here at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
I'm off, I've got kids, we can't start until she's gone to bed. We then can't bang out 2-hour episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
When you've got work the next day, or so we're going to try and keep the episode short and sweet, keep it as fun, as interesting as it has. So thank you very much for staying with us, and just carry on your support. Keep following us on, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and all that sort of stuff. Twitter, we got 19 followers, whatever it was Max said last week. Let's get that Twitter going.
Yeah.
We'll start tweeting. No, Xing now.
Oh, is that what?
Twitter's not Twitter anymore. It's X.
Oh, you know what? I'm turning into a grumpy old man, right? I just can't keep up with stuff anymore.
Yeah, but it's X. I've not looked into it too much.
So you don't tweet anymore. You
X.
On X.
Apparently.
So you tweet on Twitter is now your X on X.
I think so, yeah.
Right, okay.
I think so.
Right.
That's what I kind of got from it.
Okay.
I don't really follow the news a lot. Sinead O'Connor's dead. That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, that is sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but equally, I was never a massive fan of Sinead O'Connor. I can appreciate she incredible voice, and I know proper rebel spirit and everything. I just never really listened to her music.
Yeah, I didn't listen to a lot of it.
So
like,
only obviously
stuff.
Like the big stuff, but yeah. So like we said before, I think it was when Rafe Stevenson died. Sometimes it can be like a random person, but it just hits you differently. Yeah. So I didn't personally get that from Sinead. Yeah. Still sad.
Yeah,
it's quite young as well, wasn't she?
61, 62, late 50s maybe.
Was it like 56 or something?
Yeah, not old at all. I saw Ren do a post last night.
I saw that as well.
Did you see that?
Yeah, because
she was a massive Ren fan.
Yeah, well, who isn't a?
Well, I know. Yeah, she was saying how like he makes the Beatles look like fucking category B music stars. Like his talent is the best talent she's ever come up. Like, those are some big words, man.
I know.
For someone like Ren.
I've been neglecting my Ren listening. I've not really listened to him for a long time.
Have you not heard his new track?
No, I haven't listened to his last few tracks.
The new track. So when this comes out, it would have been last Thursday it came out. A song called Murderer. Very much like it. More rap style, but there's like some reggae influences in there. It's very good track.
Nice. Yeah, I've really been neglecting my music recently because I go through phases. So obviously my drive to work is where I normally listen to my music, but I've been listening I'm back on the audiobooks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I just finished listening to the Iliad.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Narrated by?
Oh, I can't remember his name. He's an actor. I can't remember his name. He's got a great voice though. So he sounds like from that time, like old historical, like epic, which is like obviously what the book's about.
Yeah.
So I finished that yesterday. That was like 18 hours or something worth of audiobook. So that was good.
I need to get back on it because I downloaded the one you told me to.
Yeah.
Started it, went off it, and then I've had a few months since then. and I forgot to cancel it, and I'm not using it for anything. So I need to get back on it and start listening. Because I'm just re-listening to old podcast episodes of like
that's it.
shits and gigs again. So
Well, they're comforting and stuff like that, aren't they?
they are, because I know what I'm going to get, and I know I enjoy them. I know they're funny.
Yeah. So I really need to get back on my music as well. I might start listening to a bit more now that I finished the Iliad. I might, before jumping into another book, I might get back onto some music.
Yeah. I was just thinking, so we've got a couple of segments today. The majority of stuff I want to talk about is kind of film related.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I want to talk about my obsession, my second obsession after Barbecue Showdown, and then should we go into Snack of the Week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
I mean, we've really not planned. This is the first week probably ever where we've literally not even planned anything.
We have not spoke.
We've not spoke
At
like
all.
in for 2 weeks. We've literally came here. You made me a fish finger sandwich, and then we just clicked record. Normally we do like a little, even something resembling a plan or a run through.
Nope.
But today it's like, right, just crack on with it.
Let's just chat shit.
So this episode, we apologise if it is all over the place.
It won't be. I mean, the thing is, I've got Littler as well, Anna. So you got here, and I'm running around trying to feed her and get her bath, fucking get her off the Xbox and all that sort of shit. So, so have you watched Happy Valley?
I have not watched Happy Valley.
Holy fuck, Ryan. So someone was like, you need to watch Happy Valley. And I was like, oh, this is another thing like Line of Duty where everyone loved it. And I'm not that interested. And it's British, so I'm not that bothered. And I like Sarah Lancashire. Is it Sarah Lancashire?
I don't know.
I like her, but I'm like, it's still just someone from EastEnders or Corrie or whatever she was in. Am I really that bothered? So I was forced to watch an episode. Oh my God, Ryan. I can't turn it off.
Really? Wow, okay.
And the best thing about it is it's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
There's 6 episodes per season. So
Okay, so
it's not a massive dent in your life.
Yeah.
I have the last episode to watch tonight. I had to physically make myself turn it off last night because it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I had Little laid next to me because she woke up saying she felt sick. So she's cuddling a bloody sick bowl, snoring away. And I'm like, I can't watch another episode. I can't go to bed at 2 a.m. when she's going to have me up at 6.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this last episode. Do you know the premise of it?
No, I really don't know anything about it. Is it like a police drama?
It's a police drama. Sarah Lancashire, she's nearing retirement copper. No shit. She's fucking brilliant. She become one of your favourite characters.
Okay.
She's just
nice.
in a lot of things, not just this show. She's so good. Just no shit. She has a grandson that lives with her. The fact that the opening scene is she goes to a guy who's pissed up on a climbing frame in a park who's going to set fire to himself, and she just lays her whole shit out. And she's like, tell me about yourself. And he's like, rah, rah, rah. She's like, oh, you want to know about me? My daughter's dead. She killed herself. My son fucking hates me and won't talk to me. I live with my grandson. Like, just spills out all of this bullshit in her life. And you're like, what the fuck? And it just goes from there. So it turns out that her daughter killed herself after being raped by this guy. And season 1 is all about this guy and her trying to catch him. And the crimes that he's up to now. And that sort of goes through the whole 3 seasons.
Okay.
Of the hatred for each other, and that's fucking bad. And then they've got all these little the side stories of the crimes that are going on, and obviously the whole thing is like northern as fuck. So it's all like Leeds accent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So it's been really weird because my accent, I pick up accents when I listen to them a lot.
Okay.
So when I worked at the old place, at your place, I used to work with a guy called Mickey who had the strongest Mansfield accent.
Yeah.
And I used to talk like it all the time because I listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
So for the past 2 weeks, my accent has gone from deep South America, yes ma'am, because that's all you get on fucking Barbecue Showdown, and fucking Leeds. Pass me your phone. Yeah. I need to phone.
So proper Yorkshire.
It's all over the place. But honestly, if you haven't watched Happy Valley, it's all on BBC iPlayer. 3 seasons, mate.
Yeah.
6 episodes.
Oh, no.
You and Claire get it watched. I swear to God, you will thank me.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah, okay.
Again, it's something nice to watch together as well, like, because there's a lot of, what's going to happen? And, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And cliffhangers every episode.
Yeah, nice. No, that sounds good.
I am genuinely sad that I'm ending it.
Right.
Tomorrow. So the person who told me to watch it has sort of been rewatching it as well by themselves. And they're like, oh, have you got to this bit yet? Have you got to that bit yet? Or where are you? That sort of thing. And they said, oh, you recommend a show next. Now, I was going to recommend Daisy Jones and the Six, but I can't because we've just watched 3 seasons of something that's so drama filled and so intense that no matter how good Daisy Jones and the Six is, I think it's going to be overshadowed by what we just watched.
Yeah,
because they're 2 completely different things.
Yeah, and Daisy Jones is quite its own unique show in a lot of ways.
Massively. So I need something similar to that to be able to be like, oh, I'm going to watch this. Why don't you try this as well? And
okay.
Or because I was like, what have I watched that's like that? Like, I'm like, you'll love this, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I've not really been watching much. We've got a new TV show though, and it was mentioned by Max.
Ted Lasso.
Watching
Ted Lasso.
Yes, finally watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I haven't. No.
No. So we've smashed through that. We started watching it back end of last week. It's one of the reasons why I'm so tired this week, because we keep staying up really late. Like, we watched the first episode, I think it was last Thursday or something, and it was one of them where they're only half an hour episodes. Like, oh, I'll stick it on. And the first episode, we'll watch it whilst we have tea, and then watched it back to back for about 4 hours, to the point where we have to turn this off because we're at work in the morning.
Yeah.
And so we've smashed through. We've been really, really busy, to be fair. I've been away most of the weekend, but we're nearly at the end of series 2 already.
How many seasons?
3.
3, okay.
And so series 3's just come out, and that's it. They're not doing any more. So it's just 3 series part. And loads of people have said how great it is, and it's like critically acclaimed and stuff. But I know also a lot of people haven't watched it because it's on Apple TV, so it's not that accessible to a lot of people. So I think pretty much everyone wants to watch it. It's just a case of getting it. But and yeah, for those that don't know, I think Max said about it last week. But yeah, it's about an American football coach. Like American football, gets chosen to be the new manager of a fictional Premier League football club, AFC Richmond, in London, and it's all about the antics and how he works with the team and stuff. There's lots of football references and like subtle ones, like not subtle ones. They're not subtle at all. That you'll pick up on, like one of the characters, Roy Kent. He's definitely just Roy Keane.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be into football to love this show. It's so good. And Ted himself, the main character, the coach, he's such a lovable guy. Like you fall in love with his character instantly, and you're just rooting for him.
Oh, wicked!
So it is really, really good. I can see why people love it. Yeah, first season fantastic. Second season, I feel like it's still good, not quite the heights of the first series.
Right. Okay.
But I've not finished it yet, so we'll see how it goes. But really enjoying that. Half an hour episodes as well. It's really nice to change pace to have something like that. Although series 2, I think they're like 45 minutes. And I'm sure Vicky from work said that series 3, they're like an hour episode. So they get longer each series.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, definitely watch it like, if you can get access to it.
If you heard that bang, sorry, all the windows are open in my house. It's hot.
It's so hot, isn't it? So like sticky. So muggy. It's right muggy, isn't it?
Right muggy. Should we eat something?
Yeah, I'm right hungry.
Right, should we get our little boy Drew in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sing us a song, Drewski.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
Drewski. What a little baby he is.
He's bloody lovely, isn't he?
Nah, I don't want to say anything out of term here because, I wouldn't do that to Drew. But all I'm saying was he was giving me a little insight into the thoughts of his new music earlier.
Oh,
and what he's going to do with it, release plans, bits and bobs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, though. That's down to Drew.
Oh, okay.
I ain't telling listeners this. They'll have to wait. But maybe soon.
Oh.
But maybe in 3 years. I can't remember what he said now.
Right.
It was one or the other. I can't quite remember.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he probably doesn't know it himself, really.
No, probably no. He actually doesn't. Right, we've only got one snack of the week this week. Do you know why, Ryan?
Tell me why, Sam.
I forgot.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, we'll just do what we normally do. Have a drink plus a little snicky snacky snoo. And I knew I had these, so I was like, I'll definitely do these ones. But then I realised I ain't got any drinking, so we're drinking water.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I was going to do? Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you because I might do this next week. Don't matter. I've got a wicked idea for a snack of the week.
Okay.
So simple, so basic, but it's going to work, mate. You're going to love it.
Not water, because we can talk about water today. Actually, we can do water as a snack.
Okay, we'll start with water.
Okay, I'm going to drink. Let's have a sip of water.
So yours is in a Camden Town pint glass.
Yep.
Mine is in a Rogue Energy. This isn't Dubby.
No, it's not Dubby.
This is the worst of the energy drinks.
Yeah, but what's on the other side?
The Legend of Vox Machina, mate.
Unbelievable. Can't believe that's on your water bottle.
It's a fucking banging water bottle. So
yeah, cheers.
Let's try this.
Let's have some water.
Tastes fuck all.
I fucking love water.
You know what? I'm actually getting into it. Ever since having these water bottles,
yeah,
I've been drinking a lot more water.
Yeah.
Even though these are for them energy drinks, you know, like Dubby's the best one out there.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah,
unless
into
I'm
the podcast.
Unless I'm streaming and it's a different one.
Yeah.
I'm sponsored by. But yeah, ever since having these, I've actually got something to drink water out of all of a sudden. So it's like I am walking around with water more. And I'm like, I love water.
Yeah, water's great. I drink so much water.
Yeah.
I'm always drinking water. Literally, we got a load of free water bottles at work, so I've just got a cheap, shitty free one. But as soon as it's finished, I'll fill it up. I probably drink too much water. I'm guzzling it all day long.
You are a little wee-weeer as well, aren't you?
Well, it does mean I have to go for a piss every 20 minutes. But you know when I did that at work, they do those well-being days, and they do they test your levels or whatever.
Yeah.
My water levels are always great.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something right. 70% water, aren't we? So we've got to keep them levels topped up.
Yeah. Shame about the diabetes.
Yeah, well, the water just flushes it out. That's how it works.
So that's water, everyone.
Yeah, you know what?
Where can you get water, Ryan?
I think they sell it in most shops. Pretty much most shops. It's normally quite overpriced for what it is.
Yeah, for the fact you can get it from a tap.
Yeah, Rain.
Rain. That's a thing. We've had a lot of that recently.
Yeah, we have. You can get it in rivers, although a lot of rivers, I wouldn't drink that. Like the river I fell in, very brown water. I wouldn't want to drink it. If
you're going to drink something brown, make it like a chocolate milkshake.
Oh, yeah. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Don't have many chocolate milkshake rivers, though, do we?
No, we don't. That's
chocolate
more
milkshake
like
don't fall from the sky.
It's a Willy Wonka type thing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stick to water, guys.
Stick to water. There's a new Willy Wonka film coming out.
There is, with Timothy fucking Chalamet.
Yeah.
I'm well excited for that.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant is a fucking Oompa Loompa.
Oh, crazy. Although it was on the BBC website today, someone with dwarfism is kicking off.
I saw that.
Because it should go to an actual dwarf.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Sam? I'm just going to drink some more of this delicious water.
What? Yeah, kind of agree with it. There are plenty of dwarf actors.
Yeah.
Is that politically correct? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Because you can't say midget, can you? That's not allowed.
I don't think so.
I don't know. You can't say little people because that's really fucking derogatory.
We've got dwarfism, so that's the actual term for it. So surely dwarf.
Okay, so we'll go with dwarf. And if people don't like that, sorry, I'm apologising now.
Yeah, we're not trying to be offensive. We'll don't know.
We'll bang an X out. We'll bang an X out, apologising if it's wrong.
Yeah, we're trying bang an X out. We're here to learn.
We are here to learn.
Tell us if it's wrong, we can do better next time.
Exactly. And when we're campaigning to get more dwarves in the
I'd have loved to see Peter Dinklage as an Oompa Loompa.
So would I.
He'd have been great.
Because, let's be honest, last time I saw Peter Dinklage, he was playing a fucking giant in Thor.
Yes, that's true.
Was it Thor? No, it wasn't. Was it Endgame? No. No, it's when he made Stormbreaker.
It's Infinity War.
Yeah, Stormbreaker. Yeah. Should we carry on with Snack of the Week? Got sidetracked there, didn't we?
Water.
It's what water does to you.
Yeah. I fucking love water.
One too many waters. Right, I've got... This will help your diabetes.
Okay.
I've got some raspberry-flavoured McVitie tartlets. Crunchy biscuit with a delicious centre.
What kind of centre is the delicious centre?
Raspberry, it says.
And
it looks pink and white. Look.
They look fancy.
They do look fancy. They're very pink.
They are very pink.
They're very Barbie-esque.
They are. Oh, they're quite dainty. Quite little.
They're only little ones, yeah.
Oh,
they smell good. I like the smell of raspberry as well. Artificial raspberry is a nice artificial flavour.
Smells lovely.
Right. Should we?
Yeah,
straight
cheers.
into the
Are you going for a bite or are you
Might
going
go for a bite.
all in?
I'm going to go for a bite.
A bite so we
And
can
then
see what the
next
centre is. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Do you know what that is?
Go on.
That's a fucking drumstick lolly right there.
Do you think?
That's a drumstick lolly.
It does taste like a drumstick lolly. But
That's a drumstick lolly biscuit.
Yeah, it is.
I fucking love drumstick lollies as well.
I'm not a big fan because I don't like chewy sweets. And you can't have chewy sweets.
Because you've only got 3 teeth.
Yeah. That was delicious.
They're good, aren't they? I'm having another
Let's
one.
have another one.
Holy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are. I'm a big fan.
Big fan of the tartlets.
Now,
And the nice little size as well. So,
when I bought these,
yeah.
the man behind the counter said to me, "Oh, you're not going to like them. They've not got much flavour to him." And I knew I wasn't going to believe him because I've only ever met this man once before, and he tried to start a fight with me in town. When we was on the
Why?
piss. Because I said hello to him.
I
Yeah.
hate it when people say that.
Yeah. And he just tried to fight me, and then he told me these biscuits were shit. That man knows nothing.
Yeah.
McVitie tartlets, you dirty bitch.
Nice and crunchy.
Mm.
Good, perfect level of crunch.
Mm.
Don't hurt my teeth, but, you know, crunchy.
For a last minute snack straight from the cupboard.
Done all right there.
Done all right there.
Done all
aren't
right.
they? They'll be gone by the end of this episode.
Yeah, there's not not that many in a pack, really.
No,
Are we having another one now, or do I
let's
save
have
it?
another one
Yes,
now,
have another one now.
Just,
Go on
just
then.
a quick one.
Yeah, just, you know.
I can't get into it. Hold on.
Sorry. There you go.
Thanks, mate. I just had to rip the pack off.
Tartlet is quite a nice word to say.
It's a lovely word, isn't it?
Tartlet.
McVitie.
McVitie.
Tartlet.
Tartlet.
McVitie. Tartlet.
We're going to start doing ASMR. Into the podcast does ASMR.
So I'll tell you, right, get it in your mouth.
Okay.
I'm going to do the tartlet and then you masticate. You ready?
Okay, right.
McVitie. Tartlet. Tartlet.
The eye contact was so intense then.
Oh, if you enjoyed that, let us know. We can do an OnlyFans.
That was the most disgusting or the sexiest thing we've ever done.
Let's find out, listeners.
Let us know.
Exos, Exos, quick.
No, it's just, yeah, we either gained some followers or lost a lot.
That's about so much biscuit.
Yeah, I know.
Covered in crumbs.
Mm.
Right. Should we go on to a little bit of film talk?
Little bit of film talk. Okay. Then what?
In fact, what I'd like to do is, if it's okay with you, I want to talk about a couple of films I watched because they're not that big,
Right.
and they're not that impressive.
Okay.
Then I want to do an Into the Podcast Appreciates,
Yeah.
and then you've got Big Time.
I've got big time.
So we'll go with Big Time, end it off with Big Time,
Yeah.
and see how we go, yeah?
Sounds good.
So I have watched a couple of films. Oh, in fact, fuck it. Should we talk about Terrifier?
Yes.
Let's talk about Terrifier. So last episode, 2 weeks ago, everyone's probably stopped listening because we had a week off, but
Yeah.
2 weeks ago we mentioned that you, me, Max, and a couple of other little friendlets,
Yeah.
like our little tartlets, but the friendlets,
Friendlets.
were coming around, was going to watch the 2 Terrifier films. What didn't we do?
We didn't watch 2 Terrifier films.
We didn't, because the second film was nearly 3 hours long.
What?
It was
I couldn't believe it.
Like
I know.
2 hours 40
I know.
on it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because I had Bobby here as well, my little one, she kept coming down, so we kept having to pause the film. So
Yeah.
by the time that it was like quarter past 10.
And there's quite a lot of us came round as well, which is nice. And we ordered food, so we're waiting for food to turn up.
Yeah,
And then because we hadn't seen a lot of them for a while, you're catching up. So first film probably didn't go on till about, I don't know,
It was late, wasn't it?
8:30 or something.
Yeah.
So that finished at like 10, and then everyone's like, "Oh, Friday night." I'd come straight from work.
You were going kayaking in the morning.
I was going kayaking in the
Kyle.
morning. So we were all set because, we'll talk about the Terrifier 1, but all set to watch the second one. 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40 or something.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? I actually put it on when I went to bed.
Did you?
I did. Because when you guys left, it was still, in my eyes, early-ish, because I didn't have to drive home.
Yeah, because it was like 10. It was only like 10 o'clock.
Yeah. but you guys had to drive home. I mean, one of the girls was from Derby, one was Leicester, you're fucking your way, and everyone was an hour and a bit away. So we called it. So I put it on. I got about 20 minutes in, turned it off. You know, you're just like, I'm terrified out.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah.
So it was a really pleasant evening. We ordered pizza. It was really great to see everyone. It was just one of those nights I'm like, I want to do this more. This was really nice. Really
it was.
Good to see old friends. You know, we haven't had the sickos together in a while. So that was great. So, Ryan, this is obviously not the first time I've seen Terrifier. It's probably the third or fourth. I'm probably more the horror guy when it comes to this type of horror anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So what were your thoughts?
I really enjoyed it.
Good,
I
isn't it?
did. I really enjoyed it. And going into this film, I knew it was going to be ridiculous. You're going into it, it's a B-movie horror.
Big time, yeah.
It's about a clown killer.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
There's no
That's
reason.
what I love about this type of films.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
And there's no explanation.
He hasn't got a backstory.
Yeah.
He wasn't molested as a child and needs to fucking take his pent out anger on someone. He's just a fucking weird clown that wants to murder people and slice faces off.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
That's it. And like, yeah, it was. I'm trying to think back to it because it was a couple of weeks ago. The things that really stood out for me, the gore.
Big time gore.
Really, really gory. Like the bit. Do we do spoilers? I think we do spoilers.
It's an oldish film.
So, you know, the bit where the main character is running away from him and she's been captured by him, she gets tied up, and then, you know, he reveals her best friend, the annoying, drunken best friend that you know is going to die. And you kind of want her to die because she's an annoying drunk.
Yeah.
She was annoying the clown at the start. You know, like, you're going to die and I'm probably going to be glad when you die.
Yeah, because we've not got to listen to you anymore.
Yeah, because you're just annoying. You know, like...
You said that so nicely.
Yeah.
And, you know, I hope you die.
I hope you die because you're just annoying. It's good. I'm going to be really happy when you do. But I was not expecting the way she dies because she's hung upside down.
Legs apart.
Just got her pants on, obviously. You know.
Cover the dignity, Ryan.
Yeah.
Tits everywhere, though.
Tits everywhere, bouncing everywhere when she's obviously, because she's trying to escape.
Yeah.
So what he does is he rips her pants off. We don't see that.
We don't see the growler.
We don't need to see that, do we? You know, this isn't
dignity.
This isn't porn.
This is art.
That's the name of the clown.
It is.
Was that intentional?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So Art takes a rusty. Well, it can't be rusty because it was very efficient. Takes a saw and starts sawing through her vagina to come all the way through her body till she's completely split in half.
He stops at like eye level. So she's still kind of together, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
The forehead is still connected.
There's a little bit of the forehead.
So she's just a big V.
A big giant V.
Yeah.
Pretty horrific.
I don't think she died till he got to her neck either, did she?
Yeah, she was still screaming and shouting. I'm like, pretty sure he would have. He's sawed through everything.
And that little saw, when he pulls it out as well, we all laughed, didn't we? Like,
yeah.
He wouldn't be able to saw for a fucking chair leg with that.
No,
he gets
like
through a woman.
An entire woman. And it was quite sickening. And he's vicious. He's a vicious. There's no like holding back. Like when he, you know, kills one of the characters and just shoots them in the head, and then but you see it. Which normally you don't see. It's sort of like in films that like cut away or whatever, and then just carries on shooting them in the head.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
And then smiles and walks
and then,
off.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, this guy's pretty fucked up. Yeah. I mean, it's still got its ridiculous horror like tropes in it and stuff that like are annoying at the time. You know, like when one of the guys who's working there comes and like, I don't know, knocks him over or knocks the clown out. And you're thinking,
finish him.
Go double tap. Like, and that's what I love about Zombieland.
Yeah.
Now they refer to that. Double tap him. Just smash his head to pieces. He's unconscious on the floor. But no, what do? They run away.
Yeah.
And then then one of them falls over, and then someone's trying to help her up, and then gets stabbed in the back. It's like, But you expecting that stuff.
You expect that, especially from a B horror.
Yeah. And it was a ridiculous film, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I think that's it. If you can deal with B horror with a lot of gore, it just is what it is. You
Yeah.
get the tropes. It's silly. It's, there's no explanation exactly, because I love that. I love having a serial killer that doesn't have a backstory, because you don't need it at all. You're just in the moment. And in the moment horror is what I need.
Absolutely, yeah. I like the way. I like that. I like that phrasing actually. And in the moment horror,
You're just capturing what everyone's capturing in that time.
and it's just that one night, and that's it. But actually, I think it was done really well for a B movie. Like, it had some of the gore, especially, is what sort of elevates that above its like contemporaries or whatever you'd say. Like, so, because it felt like it was something new.
Yeah.
Like, gore has been done a million times, but this was like horrific gore, like where you were like, oh, it not for the squeamish.
Yeah, he scalps someone and wears it at one point.
Yeah, and it's like those are quite a few little tricks like that, or like gore, or little moments where you thought that's fucked up and really cool the way that's happened.
Yeah.
So I did like that. So it was quite. No, I don't want to go as far as saying groundbreaking, but do you know what I mean? It didn't feel stale.
No.
So I would recommend that to people for like a B movie horror.
And we will get together and watch the second. The second one, there's a little girl clown in it that he imagines, who is just as freaky looking as he is.
Wow, okay.
So if you can imagine, double the freak.
Just
as gory. So looking forward to watching that. So the two films that I want to talk about very quickly are also horror films.
Oh, nice.
Two newish ones to Netflix, and unfortunately I do not have anything good to say about them. Number one is Run, Rabbit, Run.
Okay, I feel like
so it's obviously everybody's algorithms are different on Netflix. Obviously it was all over mine.
Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of horror.
Yeah.
I watched this film, Australian film about a single mother dealing with a kid, and a rabbit gets dropped off. It was fucking dog shit. Basically, what this film is an absolute complete rip-off of the Babadook.
Right.
Without the Babadook character.
Okay.
It's just this weird rabbit thing, and the kid's going a bit crazy and a bit mental and wears this weird rabbit mask that she made out of paper mache, and just gets a bit weird. And I'm going to spoil it because it's dog shit.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, and it turns out that actually a lot of the stuff that's going on is all in the mother's head, because she's traumatized because she killed her sister when she was younger.
Okay.
Then the ghost of her sister walks away with the daughter and drowns her or some shit, and then it's just not good.
Yeah.
It's very poorly executed. And I'm not just saying it's a rip off of Babadook because it's Australian, but you can tell exactly where she took everything that she can from Jennifer Kent in this film. The Babadook is just executed perfectly. It's one of my favorite films. Never mind one of my favorite horror films.
I've never seen it.
I love it that much just because of the whole how crazy she is towards the end and how fucked up she is, and she's turning on this kid, and the acting is incredible in it.
Okay.
The fact that it's Jennifer Kent's first film. But obviously the whole point of the story is a single mother who is just exhausted and not dealing with life.
Yeah,
and when you see it from that perspective, it's a very, very interesting watch. Whereas this, obviously they tried to play that it's the trauma, and that's why she's not seeing things the same as everyone else, and it's just not good. It's a rip-off of a good film that wasn't needed. And the thing is as well, it's a rip-off of a good film with more budget.
Oh, okay.
So, with Jennifer Kent's Babadook, that was her first film, very low budget. Literally the Babadook is a shadow. Or when you see it, it's bits of paper moving around because it's from a book. So it's a very low budget film, but done so well, and it relies on the acting and the storytelling to make it a great film, whereas this just fell bad. And I was very excited about it because I do get very excited about horror films on Netflix when they do push them. And again, as always, fucking Lad Bible jump in with people are passing out at this film. Yeah, I nearly passed out asleep.
Yeah.
It was bad. Which moves me on to the next one. And it fucking breaks my heart to say something I've been looking forward to from the moment it popped on Netflix. Birdbox Barcelona.
Okay.
I love Birdbox.
Yeah.
Genuinely really enjoyed it. As soon as I finished that film, I ordered the book.
I remember saying,
and read it immediately. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the storytelling. I thought Sandra Bullock was fantastic. I loved the way it was with the two kids and how she only calls them boy and girl, and she doesn't really have an emotional attachment to them. And it was, in my eyes, it was a very good film.
Yeah.
This is so bad. So, for one, it's Barcelona, so it's dubbed. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So I see the main guy and I'm like, what the fuck's he in? And he's actually in a TV show on Netflix called The Innocent, which is about a guy whose partner goes missing. And it's like, she's not dead. He finds out where she is and there's all this shit going on in the background. It's actually a really good TV series. I got into, for a while, I got into watching a lot of foreign TV shows like that, like crime shows. And that one was really good. So I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Tessa from Barbarian. From Barbarian.
Yeah.
Which is very weird because all the film is dubbed by her, who's in English.
That's very weird.
And I can't get my head around that because I'm like, well, how did this get shot? So immediately that puts you off it.
Yeah.
And what they do is, now I can't remember the actor's name, but have you seen the original Bird Box?
No, still not watched it.
Okay, so obviously you know the premise of Bird Box is there are these things going around that if you look at them, they make you kill yourself.
Yes.
Now, in the film, there are certain people that can, as soon as they see it, they do not kill themselves, but it becomes their mission to make other people look at it.
Right, okay.
And in the film, they take in this guy who's banging on the door, help me, help me, help me. He turns out to be one of them. He starts ripping all the curtains down so people can see outside and trying to get them all to look at it to die. So this film centers around this actor from the TV show Innocent, who is one of them.
Right, okay.
I thought, okay, quite like that twist, quite like that idea. What is it? Why are they like that? What's the sort of story behind it? The story behind it is that these are angels, and when they die, the people that are trying to make them look at it, they see their spirit leave and go to heaven. Bit like what's it fucking called? The biblical thing where they kill everyone off and only the pure go to heaven. What fuck's on the tip of my tongue?
I don't know.
No, I couldn't think of the Purge. It's not the Purge. That's really doing me head in. But that basically is it. They're cleansing people. They're seeing them. They're killing themselves. They're going to heaven. And it's sort of following the storyline of this guy going around trying to convince people to look at it.
Okay.
It is just not executed well at all.
Okay, that's a shame.
Josh has just walked through. I'm sure he can say it as well. We watched Bird Box together, and it was not gripping at all. And I really like the idea of this storyline, but actually, what they gave us was a storyline, just a storyline. There was nothing gripping about that storyline like there was in the first one with Sandra Bullock's character. The intensity of shit, the fucking mask has just dropped. They might see something. The whole point of this film is they're trying to make them see it. Whereas the scary part of Bird Box was they're not allowed to see it, and it piques your interest entirely of what does it look like, what is it.
So a fairly interesting storyline, poorly executed.
I think the idea is good, but actually once they started writing it out, there just wasn't enough.
Reminds exactly of that film that you made me watch last year.
The Discovery.
Great
idea on paper.
But same thing. They started making it and like, what are we actually? There's no story here. It's a concept or an idea, which is quite cool, but there's no actual story to flesh it out, and it just was so poorly executed.
Which is a shame because I'm just saying, all right, cool. Yeah, just seeing how we got there. Yeah, which is a shame with that film because parts of it were good. Unfortunately, with this, I just didn't think there was.
Yeah.
And when Tessa, I do not know the actor's name, I apologise. But when Tessa comes into it, and the whole time he's going, well, how is she speaking English and they're not?
Yeah.
How does this work? If I was watching this, how was it filmed? That completely takes
That's
you away
weird.
from it as well. And I'm sure there's a story behind it or how they do it, but it just completely took me out of what was already not gripping.
That's a shame.
Which is a shame. So it's every now and then it's great to come on and tell people don't bother with these films.
Absolutely, we do a lot of good recommendations, but there is plenty of shit that we get through as well.
Exactly. So we're an hour in. We don't want to make this one too long. So if we can do the Into the Podcast Appreciates, because I've got something that I do love that I want to talk about. So we get to listen to the new jingle.
I know, we've barely listened to it.
I know.
It's always exciting. So fresh and new.
Drew, be new and fresh.
Time for conversations with our favorite Caucasians. Sam and Ryan tell us what they might have seen. Time for adulations, appreciations, sending love out to normal folk like you and me.
Normal folk like you and me. Let's send some love. So I've brought a little something that you actually might be interested in this week. I'm not just bringing you the spaghetti monster god and the normal shit of, here's one of my friends. One of my friends. This is something that I came across at the tattoo convention in Chester. Cost me a fucking arm and a leg, but no sale needed, I'll be honest. I walked into this room and there was a young man, great sales pitch on him. Straight over, hey young man, how are you? Very charismatic. So immediate response was, what you selling? He's like, come have a look.
Yeah. What you selling and take all my money?
His first question, Ryan, do you like Die Hard? Sir, yes, I do like Die Hard. To which he passes me a pack of 3 comic books. Die Hard of the Dead.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
These are what if stories written by Matt Stapleton. It was Matt who sold me these. He signed all the copies for me. And he's got 2 comic series out. He's got Die Hard of the Dead, which is a 3-book series. And he's also got the what if stories of Hendrix. That's 2. Yeah, there's only 2 in that one. So obviously Hendrix from Jaws. And the Hendrix one is if Jaws met Tremors, is it?
Tremors? Yeah, Tremors.
If Jaws met Tremors.
Yeah.
Real fucking interesting read. Very good. I'll let you have a
That's so cool.
look you see at that one.
That looks
and then
amazing.
Obviously Die Hard of the Dead is a mix between Die Hard and Night of the Living Dead. Set in not Nakatomi Towers, but in a shopping mall. It's really good. So his name's not John McClane in this. It's John Leland. Leland is the name of the character from the book that Die Hard was taken from, which I think is a real nice sort of thing.
These are beautiful. These are so nice.
So both comics have different artists. Who's the artist for that one? Next to Matt Stapleton. Is it? No,
this one says Wotton.
Wotton. Yeah, and I've got Mark Hooley on this one. They're absolutely beautiful, real fun stories. I read them driving back. I mean, it's fucking 2.5 hours, 3 hours to Chester, so I read them on the way back. Much prop to this guy. I love his ideas. He said he's got so much in the pipeline. He's working on at the minute, which bless him. He said if I bought, so I originally obviously bought Die Hard immediately. I then asked him what else he had on the go, and he showed me he's got this little 30-page book of World War II Gremlins.
Amazing.
Some of the art in that, which is incredible. There's barely any story in that. It's great. It is just in the snow, gremlins
fighting gremlins.
Yeah. So that's his next project, is turning that into a full series. But he said he's got so many ideas coming.
There's so much you could do with what if stories as well.
Oh, definitely. So Hendrix, he was telling me in this one. So he wrote the first book. He was writing the second when he met, I can't remember which actor it was. It's actually in one of the books, but he met one of the actors from Jaws.
Right.
And he sort of said, I've had to be really careful because of copyright and blah, blah, blah. And basically there and then they gave him the permission to use the names, the fucking orca, everything from Jaws, and was like, we love what you're doing. This is a really good idea. All we ask is at the front of the book, can you just mention us? So there's a really good picture in the front of book 2 of Hendrix, of him and the actor, and sort of telling the story of how they met. So you've got book 1 there. It's a really cool. So it's basically John Leland or John McClane going around fighting zombies with Santa Claus. And there's some zombies in there who look like Jay and Silent Bob, like some real cool movie references. So my appreciation is to What If Stories by Matt Stapleton and his artistes, because they are so fucking good, man.
These are so cool.
So I think the Die Hard of the Dead cost me $30 for the 3 books, and then the Hendrix for $20.
Right.
So basically a $10 a book. But just for the art alone, and also I've over the years bought several comic books from like up and coming comic book writers, just because they're starting out.
Yeah,
everyone's starting somewhere.
Out.
It's not an expensive thing to get into. I mean, fair enough, I'm skint as shit and I spent £50 on comic books that night. But you know what I mean? This is an up and coming fucking comic book writer who is doing such an amazing job. Why the fuck would you not?
Yeah, that's it. You're supporting like a new artist, a new writer.
Absolutely.
You're not just going on Amazon and just buying like from mass warehouses.
Oh god,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, I do that, and I showed you the Riddler one the other day, didn't I? That real artistic book that came from
Oh,
Post
yeah,
the other day.
that looks
so,
cool.
So I do get from them, but I think it's really good to support people like really good to support people like Matt. And it does help the fact that the stories are fantastic. The art is great. It's a fun read. And they're just something really cool to have around and to show people as well. Like, flick through, they're a comic book for folks. Well, they're 50, 60 odd pages, but they're a comic book. People can flip through them and enjoy them.
Yeah.
Like,
they're beautiful.
Like,
they're really, really
I had
nice.
the piss taken out of me on the drive back. Someone was like, "Oh, just read your fucking cartoons, why don't you?" I was like, "I'm gonna."
Yeah.
And then they read every single one. I was like, "He's fucking brilliant."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, "Oh, you're taking the piss out of my cartoons, are you?"
Oh,
and you've
God.
read every single one.
Yeah. I love it.
Yes.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, I've been saving them. I didn't tell you about him because I wanted to do it as an appreciation because he's great. So yeah, check him out. He does have a website. I can't remember what the website is. I think it is just whatifstories.com or something, but give him a look. What If Stories, Matt Stapleton. Absolutely brilliant.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Nice. That was awesome.
Yeah, man. So, what you got for us, baby?
Right. I've got the big thing of the moment.
Big time.
The big social media craze. And 2 big films I went to go see.
Oh, what could they
I
be?
took Friday off work to go do this.
Oh, yeah?
For release day. Claire and I we completed Barbenheimer.
Now, I've got to ask with Barbenheimer, because I don't read clickbait,
Yeah.
was it just named that because they came out on the same day, or was there something behind it?
No, that's literally
That's completely
it.
fine then.
I'm sure it started. I saw it months and months and months ago. It was like the first time I saw anything about this was a meme that said Oppenheimer and Barbie come out on the same day. What we should all do is go see Oppenheimer in the morning with a black coffee and a cigarette, go to a bottomless brunch, and then go watch Barbie.
Yeah.
And then I think that just took off as like a trend or like God knows on what, like probably all the socials. And then as it's got closer to release day, it's just built and built and built and got like all these trends do and got loads of traction. So to the point where it's like a massive thing now. So we went to see Oppenheimer first. We booked in, went to see it in IMAX because we're like, Christopher Nolan film about, building the atomic bomb, Oppenheimer, a story I knew very little about.
No.
So we went to see that in IMAX with the sound and the size and the scope of it. So we went to see that and then went for food and then went to see Barbie. When we were at Barbie, people were wearing Barbenheimer t-shirts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like this one guy in front of us, it was a really cool t-shirt. I want it actually. It literally said on the front, it said Barbenheimer and it had the date, 21st of July, 23. And half of the t-shirt was grey and half of the t-shirt was bright pink.
Oh my God, I want that.
It looked so cool, like probably nerdy obviously, but really cool. Like, and there's loads, like we had a quick Google, like, oh my God, I can't believe there's t-shirts. There's fucking loads out there. Yeah. So we went to see IMAX first. We went to see it like a 3:30 showing on Friday. So still quite early. It was packed.
Yeah.
It was sold out.
Fuck.
Which I genuinely think, what are the reasons for that? Is it because of the social media craze?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it because it's a Christopher Nolan film?
Yeah.
Or is it because it's got an insane cast? People love Cillian Murphy and, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Florence Pugh, insane cast. Or, it's probably a combination of all of them.
Of course.
But part of me thought there's a fucking load of people in here that are only here because it's a social media thing.
Massively.
That aren't film buffs, that aren't film nerds, that probably don't realise that they've come to see a 3-hour film about scientists building a bomb.
Yeah, and this is where if you go back a few episodes and listen to the film etiquette episode, where this is Ryan's fucking nightmare.
To be fair, people were well behaved. I think there's a couple sat next to us that were like next to Claire that had the odd like whisper, and afterwards Claire turned to me when the film finished and went like, those two were way too thick to be in this film.
Right, okay.
And I feel like there was a lot of that because it's, when we went, I think, nipped to the toilet and then after the film had finished, and when I was waiting for Claire, two blokes walked past me and were like, "Oh yeah, a bit too sciencey that." And like, literally their exact words as they walked past me. I'm like, what are you expecting?
Batman.
This is. I think they're expecting Peaky Blinders on the big screen.
Of course they
like
were,
Peaky
yeah.
Blinders crossed with Batman or something. Oh, it's about building the nuclear bomb. Probably wanted to see like fucking shootouts and big explosions and stuff. And yeah, like it's literally a 3-hour biopic about Oppenheimer, about the scientist, the man behind it all, about his life. So I think people are literally going into this blindsided because they don't have a clue.
Because X told them to.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't care because it's great for the film industry. It's great for cinema. And I'm glad that Oppenheimer is doing really well because it's an insane film.
Okay.
So the film itself, like I said, 3 hours. It's a biopic. It's hard going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Christopher Nolan films are like at the best of times. They jump all over the place, different timelines, different stories, different characters. But it focuses all on Oppenheimer, and Cillian Murphy is incredible as Oppenheimer. You see, I feel like his journey goes through like dips and troughs. I was like, I really didn't like him at one point. I was like, is this guy a fucking like sociopath? Like, is this guy unhinged, or is like, oh, he's really arrogant, to being like, oh, I'm really rooting for him, or I feel dead sorry for him, and that's all through like just Cillian's expression. He's an incredible actor.
Oh, he
anyway.
is, yeah.
I was saying this to Claire. I was joking. I'm going to say it. I said I'd say it on the podcast. It's like, yeah, well, I like Cillian before he's cool. I like Cillian before Peaky Blinders, actually.
Yeah.
So, I liked him when I watched him in 28 Days Later. Back in 2002.
That is going back.
Yeah.
God, that film's perfect.
Oh, it's unbelievable. We need to do an episode just on that, I think.
We do. We'll talk more about it.
And then, like, obviously he's been in pretty much every Christopher Nolan film since. But that was, yeah. But he's incredible in it. To be fair, Robert Downey Jr. is amazing in it. He really stood out. Those two were the standout ones for me. Everyone's great, don't get me wrong. Matt Damon was really good. Florence Pugh, Emily Blunt, they all play their parts fantastically. It's just very confusing because obviously it's at times, it not only is it jumping different time zones, there's a lot of character names. There's a lot of scientific talk and a lot of political talk.
Okay.
There is not a single bit of action in this film.
Yep.
There is no action. There's no... Yeah. I don't know. But I couldn't take my eyes off this film. And there was at one point, maybe the first hour, I was like, oh, this is hard going. Like, this is not necessarily enjoyable.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm sitting through it and it's hard graft.
Yeah.
But it got more momentum as the film went on. The visuals are incredible.
Oh God!
The fact that you see, without spoilers, you see the practice bomb go off. No CGI was used to make it and everything. Yeah. So from a filmmaker's point of view, it's incredible. And we could probably do more of a deep dive when you've seen it. But there's people will be picking apart, film critics, analysts, or whatever. Be able to pick this film apart for years and years and years. The story is, I feel like everyone should see this film because it's so significant. The fact that the creation of the atomic bomb, the nuclear bombs, literally changed the world.
Oh yeah.
We have never lived in a world where whole cities or civilizations can be wiped out at the press of a button, which is insane. It's terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Look at like bloody Putin invading Ukraine. Is there going to be a nuclear war? It's crazy. It's such like a significant moment of history, and I feel really glad that I've witnessed that now, and I feel like I learned a lot from it.
Okay.
So, unbelievable film, critically acclaimed. Dare we say it already? Oscar nods. I'd love for Cillian to get an Oscar nomination.
He will.
He's a fantastic actor, but he's never really been like the leading man in films. I mean, he has been, but not in like big blockbusters.
Not like this, yeah.
Not like this. Like this film, he is it. It's a 3-hour film, and he must be in 95% of the shots.
Wow.
It is. I've watched so many of the interviews, probably the most interviews I've ever watched about a film ever, because they're all over, and you know what it's like, the algorithms and stuff. You like one, the next one pops up on your Facebook wall or whatever. But Christopher Nolan built this film for Cillian, basically. It's all around him, and all around his character. Because I'm struggling to think of, apart from Peaky Blinders, which is a TV show, of a big mainstream film where he's the lead.
Yeah, exactly. Film, because we obviously look at Peaky Blinders where because
obviously he's in loads of Christopher Nolan films, like Inception. He's in Dunkirk. He's in all 3 Batman films, but they're all supporting actor roles. I know he has, like 28 Days Later, he's the main character, but really was not a massive blockbuster film. I would say it's still it's a big film and it's got cult status.
Yeah, looking through it, there's nothing I can really.
There's nothing where it jumps out where you go. He's done lots of leading roles, but not where it's like not this big blockbuster hit.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm shocked that he's never won any real awards or for playing Tommy Shelby. To be fair,
yeah, true. He's going to now,
but yeah, hopefully he does because he is incredible. So that was great. So we came out away from that. One of those films where I'm glad we had a few hours before Barbie because we went for food and we were just able to digest.
Yes.
Like thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can't go into Barbie after that.
Let's process what we have just seen. And yeah, fantastic. To start with, I was a bit like, there was at times in the film where I thought, is this going to be one of those films that you watch once and you think, glad I've seen it, not going to rush to watch it again. And in a lot of ways, yes. But now that it's been like nearly a week since I saw it, I want to see it again now.
Really?
Because now that I know I don't have to concentrate on the plot or I know what's going to happen, I'll probably be able to pick up on so much. There's so many characters, there's so many little bits that will happen throughout that you'll be able to pick up on. Or even like filming techniques and stuff and different shots. And so I do want to see it again, even though it's a 3-hour film. I don't know if I'll be able to because time-wise, but I would like to. So yeah, saw that, processed it all.
Now it's the bit we all want to hear about. Stop talking about fucking Class B films. Mate.
I know. Then we went to see Barbie.
There we go.
Again, packed. It was a late showing as well because obviously Oppenheimer was 3 hours. By the time we'd had food, I think the showing was 9:30. Sold out. Much smaller screen, to be fair. Much smaller screen. Everyone's dressed very differently.
I bet they will.
Yeah, lots of pink. Like I said, Barbenheimer t-shirts and stuff. And what do I say about Barbie? It was fantastic.
Was it?
It was so good. It was so different to Oppenheimer. Whereas Oppenheimer is literally grey and heavy and dark. This was bright and fun and silly. Yeah, it's the premise. I don't know if you know the premise because I didn't know what the premise was. No, I just know it's a film about Barbie and Ken. So Barbie lives in Barbie land,
of course,
and everything's perfect because it's Barbie land and everything's just great because she lives in Barbie land. Every day's perfect. But then she starts getting like these dark thoughts and thoughts of like depression and suicide and stuff. And it turns out that that's because the kid that plays with her in the real world is experiencing those thoughts.
Okay.
So for her to stop having those thoughts, she needs to travel to the real world to then go fix that relationship or find out what's going on. So she travels to the real world and Ken goes with her. And I won't say any more, but it is so good.
How is he?
Ryan Gosling.
How is he?
Maybe the greatest role he's ever done.
Really?
He was unbelievable. Margot Robbie was fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
She's going to be.
She was great. Yeah. Ryan Gosling stole the show.
The thing is, when you look at who could play Barbie, and someone goes Margot Robbie, you go, yeah. Someone says, Ryan Gosling's going to play Ken. You go, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So for him to pull that off and pull it off well.
Yeah. I mean, he's a beautiful man, and you know he's got that side of him, but his comedy is incredible. You know, some of like the singing and the choreographed dancing and his facial expressions, he's hilarious.
Which we know he can do from La La Land anyway.
Yeah. I I literally caught myself just smiling throughout this entire film, smiling and laughing throughout it all. Claire was crying with laughter. She was loving it. It was so much fun. It's weird. It's a weird and wonderful film.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's in it, playing like the CEO of like, what is it, Mattel? Is it that make Barbie? He's just, I don't know what he is.
Because he was in the Lego movie playing the CEO.
Yeah, he's not quite a bad guy as such, but he's just trying to keep things under control. So he's like, when Barbie escapes Barbie Land, it's like, oh, panic, but they're all weird.
Okay.
So it's a very eccentric film.
So it's taken a lot of hits, hasn't it, this film?
Has it? In what ways? I've seen lots of positive stuff about it.
Oh, really? So, I don't click on fucking clickbait or anything like that, but I know there's a lot of people being like pushing a feminist agenda and there is a massive message of pro-feminism throughout it, and it's not subtle, and it's not trying to be. Doesn't have to be. The message is that I can't remember her name, Ruth, someone who created Barbie, and to show that women can be anything they want to be. Yeah, of course.
Women can be a doctor or can be, an astronaut or, whatever. That's the point of Barbie, that all these different versions, that's to show that women can grow up to be that. But obviously over the years, it's been twisted and turned and manipulated into, well, Barbie's just a thick bimbo that's just about looks and that's it. She's just thick as fuck and she's just looks stunning.
Yeah.
And
which is a fucking doll, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but and they make fun of like the patriarchy. So Ken like discovers the patriarchy.
Oh, really?
And
that's cool.
and he tries to, I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, he discovers patriarchy because that doesn't exist in Barbie Land, a Barbie world. And I thought it was good. Like it made me laugh because there was a bunch of lads sat behind us, like 3 or 4 blokes, and there was at one point a speech, like a quite heartfelt speech about feminism. One of the lads just got up and walked out.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
grow up.
Yeah, and then the two others left like 5 minutes later. To be fair, it was near the end of the film, and we just looked at each other and laughed and thought, "You are so pathetic.
Yeah,
you're the reason." You like misogynistic douchebags that people have to make this sort of film.
Oh yeah.
And it just shows how like pathetic they were by walking out like that. It was so petty. And I've seen loads of stuff where I've seen some great memes where some people have slated the film and it's just like men and they've put it on, like they've made it captions of the thing. It's like, oh, I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Things like the film that'll turn you gay or something like that. I've seen them really clever
stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, it's so pathetic. So all these like men that are kicking off about it, they need to grow the fuck up.
I think that's it, and that was a lot of the stuff. But the thing is, it gets picked up by people like Lad Bible and the Archbishop of Banterbury or whatever it is, and it's all like, I can't remember how it was worded. It was like dangerous feminist agenda. It was worded so fucking stupid.
It's just, but that's just all like toxic masculinity.
Oh, of course.
But like stuff like Lad Bible and that's what they are. They're appealing to those, the yobby men, really. That's what it's appealing to, that want to, act a certain way and want women to act a certain way. So, and it was refreshing. You know what I mean? Like someone seeing someone like Ryan Gosling, who's like this beautiful man who's got incredible body and he's like he's an icon for any male to be anyway. So the fact that he's in this and taking the piss out of it, I think that's nothing but a good thing.
Oh, couldn't agree more. Yeah,
see someone like that who any bloke would aspire to be.
Oh yeah,
and you look at he's married to like bloody Eva Mendes and the life he's got, and you think, well, he gets it, so why can't you? You just can't. So that I quite like the message behind it. I came away having just seen Oppenheimer, where that message was seemed pro-feminism, very important, and it's a really nice message and an important message, but compared to world-changing nuclear bombs that have killed thousands of people and changed the whole course of human destiny, sort of overshadowed that message a bit. In terms of which film I enjoyed more, Barbie.
Amazing.
In terms of what's a better film, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But am I more likely to stick on when as soon as it comes onto a streaming site? 100% Barbie.
Yeah.
That's the sort of film you can put on any time and it'll make you feel good.
So the big question,
Go on.
because this is something else I've seen all over the clickbait sites. Did you hear the atomic blast go off during the Barbie film?
No.
Have you not seen that on there as well? There's a
No.
big thing saying, what is it? It's like viewers astonished that they can hear the blast during the Barbie film, like saying that it's happening at the same time and all this sort of shit. And
Right,
it's like,
right.
Oh, fucking grow up.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised because the noise
Really?
in the IMAX when it explodes, fucking hell.
It took your face off.
No, good job I'm already bald because my hair would have gone. Yeah.
I'm so glad that, because I want to go see it. The problem is, I don't know many people that want to go see Barbie with me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't get why. Because
and the thing is, I won't go watch it on my own.
yeah,
I don't know. It just made me look a bit fucking weird, really.
I don't get why people would want to see it because it's just a fun. It's fun and enjoyable, and it's funny, and I want to go see it again. You know what I mean? I want to see them both again.
And I'm sorry, I know people won't like this because we're talking about feminists and stuff, but whoa, why wouldn't you want to go see Ryan Gosling?
Yeah,
to take his shirt off at all?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Why are we not in it now?
I know. Oh, it's so good. And what I love, like I said as well, what I love is the fact that both of these films have done well, and it's been the biggest opening weekend in the UK since Avengers Endgame in 2019.
Really?
So that just shows that people love films and that people still want to go out, and that it
half shows that and half shows the power of social media.
Oh, but that's the truth. But in an age where I fucking love the cinema and we love films, we talk about them all the time. They're a massive part of our lives. If cinema started shutting down and we couldn't go see them anymore, and it was just a world of streaming sites, we would lose something massive.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
So the fact that people are coming out in their droves and every screen is packed out, that's great.
Yeah.
That is great. People will probably come out and go, Oppenheimer, I didn't get it, and Barbie, fucking women. But, at least they've seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, you spent your money.
Yeah, and they might have learned something. So who's the real winners?
You learned something,
wanker. Joke's on you.
Lol.
But yeah, great. You need to go see them both, and I would urge all our listeners to go see them both.
Amazing. Go watch them. I will endeavour to go watch them. I'll be honest, Oppenheimer is quite low on my list, solely because, well, how terrified I am about the talk of anything atomic bomb wise.
Yeah.
That is like a genuine fucking fear of mine. So I want to see it so bad, but the subject matter is it terrifies me.
And I get that, and that's what I was saying. I feel like everyone should see it because it's such an important subject. It's a subject matter everyone should know about.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully go see that soon, so everyone else do. So that our episode was going to bang out today is now an hour and a half.
We do this every time. we can't help it.
We had to talk about Run Rabbit Run.
We did. We really did.
And we needed that fourth tartlet.
How many left?
There's a couple left, mate. They're after podcast treats while we're packing down.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, that's our episode for the week. Thank you so much for coming back to us after we had a week off. We might just do this every now and then just to see if people miss us that much. Yeah, so numbers double.
Or just never come back.
And if that happens, fuck you. Please come back. We'll miss you.
Yeah,
and you won't hear this because you didn't come back. But still, tell your friends to come back. So, yes, like us on X and Instagram and FaceSpace and all that other stuff. And leave us a review on Spotify. And why not follow us on YouTube? We have a YouTube channel. I don't know the password for it, but it automatically gets uploaded to that.
Perfect.
So, fuck it. Why not? Let's get big.
Let's get massive.
Ryan.
Yes.
Give us some parting words, mate.
Parting words. Tartlet. McVitie's. Tartlet.
Peace.